The meeting wasn't scheduled. There was no calendar entry, no assistant briefed, no security log. Just 6 people in a private room at the Gramercy Club at 11:47 p.m. on a Tuesday in October. 3 federal judges. 1 deputy director of the SEC. The chief counsel for a pharmaceutical consortium. And Senator William Archway, who would be dead in 4 days. The room had no windows. The phones were collected at the door. What was said inside would never appear in any testimony, any deposition, any investigation. But someone recorded it anyway. My name is Harriet Sinclair. I'm not part of this story. I'm only the one telling it. The recording surfaced on a Friday. Not publicly. Not dramatically. Just a single encrypted file sent to 3 people. A journalist named Vera Hollins at the Standard, a former DOJ prosecutor named Owen Briggs, and a congressional aide named Nadia Perth. No email. No note. Just the audio file and a subject line. Their cleaning house. Vera listened to it twice before she called anyone. The voices were clear. The conversation was worse. They weren't discussing policy. They were dividing responsibility. Who would bury which cases? Who would stall which investigations? Who would ensure certain names never appeared in certain filings? It wasn't conspiracy, it was coordination. Methodical. Routine. Like they'd done it 100 times before. And then near the end, Senator Archway said something that made Vera stop the playback. If Mathis talks, we don't contain this. We end him. She didn't know who Mathis was. Not yet. Owen Briggs lived alone in a townhouse in Alexandria. He'd left the DOJ 6 years earlier after a case against a defense contractor collapsed overnight. Evidence disappeared, witnesses recanted, his supervisor reassigned him to tax fraud. He didn't quit in protest. He just stopped believing the system worked. When he opened the file, he recognized 2 of the voices immediately. Judge Marianne Collier. Judge Raymond Durst. He'd argued in front of both of them. He'd respected them. The 3rd judge he didn't know by voice, but the SEC Deputy Director, Neil Pressman, he'd worked with directly. Pressman had been the one to kill his case 6 years ago. Owen played the recording 3 times. Then he opened his old files. And he started looking for a name. Mathis. Nadia Perth was 29 and sharp enough to know when something could destroy her career. She worked for Congressman Owen Tellis, a second-term representative who spent most of his time on agriculture subcommittees and stayed out of trouble. The file arrived in her personal inbox. He almost deleted it. But she didn't. She listened in her car parked outside a Whole Foods, rain drumming on the windshield. By the time it finished, her hands were shaking. She'd heard Senator Archway speak a dozen times. She'd never heard him sound like that. Cold. Transactional. Certain. And she knew what the recording meant. If it went public, it would annihilate everyone on it. Judges. Senators. Federal regulators. It would crack open every case they'd touched, every ruling they'd made, every investigation they'd buried. But if it didn't go public, if someone tried to use it quietly, they'd be destroyed first. Nadia sat in that parking lot for 20 minutes. Then she forwarded the file to someone she trusted. A mistake she'd realized too late. Vera tried to verify the recording. She reached out to a forensic audio analyst she'd used before. A freelancer in Brooklyn named Samir who did work for newsrooms and law firms. He called her back in 6 hours. "It's real," he said. "No edits. No splicing. Recorded on a high-end device, probably a phone. The room acoustics match a small enclosed space. Soundproofed maybe." And Vera. What? Whoever recorded this was in the room. She hung up and stared at her notes. 6 people in that meeting. 1 of them leaked it. Which meant 5 of them wanted the leaker dead. Owen found Mathis in 40 minutes. Dr. Alan Mathis. Epidemiologist. Former CDC director. He testified before Congress 4 years earlier about suppressed data on drug approval timelines. Testimony that went nowhere. His career stalled. He took a position at a private research firm. Owen pulled up recent news. Mathis had resigned 3 weeks ago. No public statement. No explanation. He tried calling Mathis's former office. No forwarding number. He tried his home address in Bethesda. Disconnected. Owen sat back in his chair staring at the screen. Mathis was gone. On Sunday morning, Senator William Archway was found dead in his home in McLean. Heart attack, the initial report said. He was 71. It wasn't suspicious. Except Vera Hollins had listened to his voice 2 days earlier, calm and controlled, talking about ending a man's life. She called Owen. "Did you see the news?" "I saw it." "You think it's connected?" Owen didn't answer right away. "Then, I think we need to find Mathis." Nadia Perth's contact, her mentor, a senior staffer named Gail Morse, called her Monday morning and asked to meet in person. They sat in a park near the Capitol. Gail looked pale. "You shouldn't have sent me that. I thought you'd know what to do with it." "What I know," Gail said quietly, "is that people who hold on to things like this don't last long." Nadia stared at her. "What are you saying?" Gail leaned closer. "Delete it. Forget you ever heard it. And don't tell anyone else you have it." "I already told someone." Gail's face went white. "Who?" Nadia didn't answer. Gail stood up. "Then you need to disappear for a while. Go visit family. Take leave. I don't care. But get out of DC." She walked away without another word. Nadia sat on that bench for a long time watching staffers and tourists drift past, and realized something fundamental had shifted. She wasn't investigating a story anymore. She was inside one. That night, Vera got a call from an unknown number. She almost didn't answer. But something made her pick up. A man's voice. "Come, Bo. You received a file on Friday." Vera's chest tightened. "Who is this?" "You've been trying to verify it. I'm telling you it's real. And I'm telling you to stop." "Stop what?" "Looking into it. Talking about it. Sharing it. Because the people on that recording don't negotiate. They erase." "Who are you?" "Someone who's already gone." The line went dead. Vera sat in her apartment staring at her phone, her pulse hammering. She opened her laptop, searched for Alan Mathis again, and found something new. A death notice. Posted 6 hours earlier. Dr. Alan Mathis. Died unexpectedly at home. No service. Family requests privacy. Vera's hands went cold. She pulled up the recording one more time and listened to Archway's voice. "If Mathis talks, we don't contain this. We end him." Archway was dead. Mathis was dead. And someone had just called to warn her she'd be next. Owen Briggs didn't believe in coincidences. 2 men dead in 4 days. Both connected to the recording. Both described as sudden, natural, unremarkable. He started pulling threads. Mathis's death notice listed no funeral home. No obituary in any major paper. Just a single-line notice on a memorial website, posted by someone named J. Mathis. A name that didn't appear in any public records tied to Alan Mathis. Owen called a contact at the DC Medical Examiner's office. Old friend from law school. She owed him a favor. "I need to know if there was an autopsy on Alan Mathis." Silence. "You still there?" "Owen, I can't." "Can't or won't?" She lowered her voice. "There's no file. No intake. No body." "What does that mean?" "It means if he died, it didn't happen here. And if it did, someone made sure there's no record." Owen hung up and felt the ground shift beneath him. Vera tried to reach Nadia Perth. No answer. She tried again the next day. Voicemail full. She contacted Congressman Tellis's office. They said Nadia had taken personal leave. They didn't know when she'd be back. Vera didn't believe them. She started digging into the people on the recording. Judge Collier. Judge Durst. Neil Pressman. The Pharmaceutical Council, a woman named Vanessa Klein. All of them still active. Still working. No statements about Archway's death. No public acknowledgement they'd ever known him beyond professional circles. She found one thread. A case from 3 years ago. A whistleblower lawsuit against a drug manufacturer. The case was assigned to Judge Collier. It was dismissed on procedural grounds before discovery even started. The whistleblower's lawyer. A small firm in Baltimore. Vera called them. The receptionist was polite but firm. "That attorney no longer works here. Can I get a forwarding contact?" "No." "Can you tell me why they left?" Pause. "Then, I'm not authorized to discuss personnel matters." Vera hung up and felt the pattern forming. People disappeared. Cases vanished. Records were scrubbed. This wasn't a conspiracy. It was a system. Owen got a message Tuesday night. Not a call. A text. From a number he didn't recognize. "Stop looking into Mathis. You're putting people in danger." He replied immediately, "Who is this?" No response. He tried calling. The line was disconnected. Owen paced his apartment running scenarios. Whoever sent the text knew he was investigating, which meant they were watching. He went to his window and looked out at the quiet street below. A car he didn't recognize was parked 2 houses down. Engine off. No one inside. It had been there for 3 hours. If you're still following the story, like, subscribe and share. Vera met Owen in person for the first time on Wednesday. A coffee shop in Arlington. Mid-morning. Enough people around to feel safe. Owen was older than she expected. 52. Tired eyes. But sharp. "You're the one who got the file," he said. "So did you." Along with a dead senator and a missing whistleblower. Vera leaned forward. "I got a call. Someone told me to stop. Then Mathis turned up dead." "Did you recognize the voice?" "No. But they knew I had the recording." Owen nodded slowly. "Which means whoever leaked it is either watching us or already gone." "You think they're dead?" "I think anyone who knows what's on that recording is a liability." Vera opened her laptop and turned it toward him. "I've been mapping connections. Collier, Durst, Pressman, Klein, they've all worked together before. Cases, rulings, regulatory decisions. It's not random. It's a network. It's more than that. It's coordinated. Practed. I found 6 cases in the last 5 years that should have exploded into investigations. All of them disappeared." Owen studied the screen. "Who else got the file?" "A congressional aide. Nadia Perth. She's gone dark." "Gone dark or gone?" Vera didn't answer. Owen sat back. "We need to decide what we're doing here. Because if we keep pulling on this, they'll know. And they'll come after us. They already are. Then we're running out of time." Nadia Perth was in a motel outside Richmond. She'd paid cash. Left her phone at home. Told no one where she was going. She'd spent 2 days replaying everything in her head. The recording. Gail's warning. The look in her eyes when Nadia said she'd already shared it. She'd made a mistake. She'd trusted the wrong person. And now she was hiding in a motel room watching cable news, waiting for her name to appear somewhere. On Thursday afternoon she saw it. Not her name, but a headline. Congressional aide found dead in apparent suicide. The photo was someone she knew. Another staffer. Someone who worked in Senator Archway's office. The report said he'd been despondent. Left a note. No foul play suspected. Nadia's stomach turned. She grabbed her coat and walked out to her car. Didn't check out. Didn't look back. She drove north and didn't stop until she crossed into Pennsylvania. Owen got a visitor Friday morning. A woman in her 40s. Expensive coat. Lawyer's posture. She didn't introduce herself. Just sat down across from him in the diner where he was having breakfast. "Mr. Briggs. Do I know you?" "No. But I know you've been asking questions about people you shouldn't be asking about." Owen set down his coffee. "And you're here to tell me to stop." "I'm here to tell you that you're making assumptions that will get you hurt." "What assumptions?" "That anyone involved in what you think you've uncovered will allow themselves to be exposed." "Is that a threat?" She smiled faintly. "It's a courtesy. You were a good prosecutor. You still have a reputation. Don't waste it chasing ghosts. Ghosts don't leave recordings." Her expression didn't change. Recordings can be misunderstood. Context matters. And sometimes the people who think they're exposing corruption are really just opening doors they don't understand. She stood up. "You have a choice, Mr. Briggs. Walk away now or find out what happens to people who don't." She left cash on the table and walked out. Owen sat there, heart pounding, staring at the $20 bill she'd left behind. It wasn't a payment. It was a message. "We know where you are." Vera published nothing. He wanted to. But every lawyer she consulted said the same thing. Without corroboration, without witnesses, without a verifiable chain of custody, the recording was unpublishable. And anyone she named would bury her in lawsuits before the story even ran. She was sitting at her desk late Friday night when her editor called. "Vera, we need to talk." "About what?" "About the story you've been working on." "I haven't filed anything." "I know. But people have been calling. Asking about you. Asking what you're looking into." Vera's chest tightened. "Who?" "Lawyers. Publicists. Someone from the SEC's press office. They're not accusing you of anything. They're just asking. What did you tell them? Nothing. But Vera. What? Be careful. Because if this is what I think it is, you're not just chasing a story. You're stepping on a landmine. The line went dead. Vera sat in the dark newsroom, the only light coming from her screen. She opened the encrypted file one more time. Senator Archway's voice. If Mathis talks, we don't contain this. We end him. She thought about the dead aide. The missing whistleblower. The lawyer who warned Owen. And she realized something that made her blood run cold. They weren't trying to stop the story. They were making sure no one would be left alive to tell it.